Hello, Dark Reader, and welcome to the Dark Side of the Library podcast. I'm your host, Katie. Today, we're going to be going through some comic books and graphic novels that are coming out in September 2023. We will be getting to our adult fiction books, don't worry, our nonfiction, YA, and children's books a little later. September's huge right now for all of the spooky books because we're getting ready for Halloween, of course. So I know that I need to start saving some money, especially for all the things that are coming out. So stay tuned. Every Wednesday, we'll probably publish Mondays as well and Fridays for our mini-sodes. And we've been just so slammed. So thank you guys for your patience. All right, so we're going to start off today with an Archie horror comic book. I'm shocked and I'm very excited because I grew up with Archie. So this is Archie Horror Presents Chilling Adventures, Archie Horror Anthology Series. This was released September 12th. This is by Cullen, Bunn, Eliot, Rahal, Evan Stanley, Frank Tieri, lots of people. So as it says in the title, it's an anthology of all these creepy, awesome horror stories of Archie in the Archie universe. Riverdale and its surrounding areas are known to be hotbeds of strange happenings and paranormal activity, but sometimes things get straight down disturbing, and even the most pure-hearted of people can't be saved. Join the masters of the Archie horror. We have Madam Satan and Jinx Holiday, plus everyone's favorite talking cat, Salem. I'm so excited. As they act as our tour guide into the realms of the unknown, we get plunged into the depths of hell, and I'm very excited. I'm wondering if we even have some Sabrina. We might. I'm very pumped. So this is Archie Horror Presents Chilling Adventures. If you're looking for an anthology horror comic book, this is definitely it. Next on our list, this one's fun. It is The Battle for Pumpkin King. This is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This comes out September 26th, and it's by Dan Connor and Deborah Allo. This is being published by Disney Manga. Disney's doing everything now, so it's unavoidable. Jack Skellington is the undisputed Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, but it wasn't always that way. Oh. Years ago, Jack and Oogie Boogie were close friends. Oh, I really like this. Both were eager to prove themselves. They poured all of their passion into their fantastical projects to earn their rightful place as the scariest duo in town. But there can only be one Pumpkin King. Why does it have to be only one? Why can't they split? Anyway, what could have happened to the two best friends, and how did they become bitter enemies? I'm really excited. The art looks great. Here's a preview of some of the stuff. It looks wonderful. This is the battle for Pumpkin King. I'm excited because honestly, Oogie Boogie is kind of awesome. I know Jack has a lot of projects, but like Oogie Boogie, look at all of his stuff that he did for himself. Anyway, speaking of Oogie Boogie, we have a comic called The Boogyman. This art looks really good. I love it. It's kind of got a Mike Mignola feel to me. This comes out September 19th. This is by Mathieu Salvia. And the artist is Djet. This is published by Ablaze Comics. Monsters don't only exist in children's minds. Passionate about reading, Eliot has always had a preference for the stories of boogeymen, those monstrous creatures which, at night, hide in the shadows, under the beds to frighten the little children. He can't imagine how much they will change his life. Witnessing the bloody murder of his parents, he will discover that, in reality, boogeymen do indeed exist, and very precise codes govern their existence. Kind of cool, almost Monsters Inc.-ish, but dark, obviously. When one of the most powerful boogeymen, Father of Death, that's his title, decides to protect him, Eliot finds himself plunged into a terrible conflict at the heart of the universe, as terrifying as it is fascinating. On a dark, stormy night, Eliot's destiny will be fulfilled. This sounds really interesting. This is issues 1 through 6. And we have more stuff in this particular graphic novel, some extra art, some gallery stuff, some commentary. I'm really excited because I really do like the art style. This is The Boogyman by Mathieu, Salvia, and Djet. Next on our list today, if you are a Disturbed fan, this one will be fun. I like a lot of these metal artists have decided to create graphic novels of their journey or musical journey as if it's a world. Anyway, so Disturbed, Dark Messiah. This actually gets pushed into October, but this is still a cool Halloween read. This is by Tim Seeley, Denton, Tipton, Angel Hernandez is the artist, and we also have Esau Escorza as another artist. In the not-so-distant future, firefighter Griffin DeSanto has found himself a man of time, stumbling into a harsh world of poverty, automation, and subjugation. Technology rules, and a tech empire built on suffering keeps the population in check through surveillance and mechanized policing. Though lost, Griffin is never alone. He was brought here for a reason, and the vengeful one is on his side. So this is conceived by Disturbed along with Tim Seeley and all of our other artists. This sounds fun. You can see the art looks fantastic. This is Disturbed, Dark Messiah. This comes out October 17th, so it's been pushed. Next on our list today is Earthdivers, Volume 1, Kill Columbus. This looks, the cover really drew me in. This comes out September 19th. Not only did the cover draw me in, but one of the authors is Stephen Graham Jones, amazing horror author. If you've never checked him out, definitely do that. I think this might be his first graphic novel. So the year is 2112, and it's the apocalypse exactly as expected. Rivers are receding, oceans are rising, civilization is crumbling. Humanity has given up hope except for a group of indigenous outcasts who have discovered a time travel portal in a cave in the desert and figured out where everything took a turn for the worst. America. Okay, I shouldn't laugh because I think it's kind of true, but anyway, convinced that the only way to save the world is to rewrite its past, they send one of their own, a reluctant linguist named Tad, on a bloody one-way mission to 1492 to kill Christopher Columbus before he reaches the so-called New World. But there are steep costs to disrupting the timeline, and taking down an icon isn't an easy task for an academic with no tactical training and only a wavering moral compass to guide him. As the horror of the task ahead unfolds and Tad's commitment is tested, his actions could trigger a devastating new fate for his friends and the future. Okay, so I like this concept, but I also know that killing Christopher Columbus probably wouldn't do much. He's not the only colonist out there, obviously. The thing is fun. It's interesting. I don't know who would volunteer to do a one-way trip back to time. That sounds horrible. But this is by the Stephen Graham Jones. I'm really excited. He's a fantastic author. We have different faces, people I don't think I've seen before illustrating. We have Davide Gianfelice as an illustrator, Rafael Albuquerque is the cover artist, and more. So this is just volume 1 of Earthdivers, Kill Columbus. And this comes out September 19th. Next on our list today is E-Junkie, the first volume. This comes out September 19th. This is by Nicholas Tana and Kyle Fenrick. This is by Scout Comics. I am excited because I really dig sci-fi dystopian horror novels, and I don't feel like we get enough. I think we need more of that. We see a lot of dark fantasy, but not enough sci-fi in my opinion. So the year is, we're going all across time on this episode, 2055. So technology has transformed the human experience using nerve reading devices, or NRDs, to share dreams, and emo regs to filter and regulate emotions. These emotions lead to pain and suffering to become commodities in a world that has made them virtually illegal. Despite the danger, a growing group of addicts, I can see why, called E-junkies, continue to seek every kind of human experience by using drugs containing other people's memories, including the painful ones, in the form of an alternative drug, alt, known as torch. Hector Holmes is a disgraced investigator and E-junkie, and he nearly overdoses on torch. His previous partner from the Alternative Reality Investigation Squad, or the ARIS, so many acronyms, I'm already getting lost. So they request his help to stop the Guardians of Pain, which is a terrorist group disturbing torch to, quote, wake people to a pain and buried past in an effort to start a revolution. Interesting. It's kind of like, maybe not quite Brave New World, but I'm getting a little feels from it. Hector enlists Astra, a dream celebrity whose television channel is hacked by the Guardians, to promote their revolutionary message. Astra's celebrity status gives Hector access to every level of society, helping him get close to the cult's group leader, a mysterious figure known as X. Okay, there's so many mysterious figures, enigmatic things. It might be a little over the top, but okay. So with Astra's help, Hector scours the city in his own mind in pursuit of the Guardians, hoping to find some clues in the memory experiences they sell on the black market. But dosing these experiences comes with a price, and after several doses of torch, Hector's reality blurs, pulling people into his life from his torch-induced visions. As Hector's mind unravels, he must confront a forgotten and painful past to stop a horrific future. Okay, this sounds like it'll be good, but there's a lot going on, as you can see, and there's a lot of different characters and aspects to this story. This is only volume 1. This is called E-Junkie. This comes out September 19th. I'll probably pick it up. The next graphic novel is one that I will probably look for and at least look at because I've already read the novel. This is Hyde, graphic novel. This is Kiersten White's novel that came out last year. It was a YA novel. Veronica Fish is the illustrator and Andy Fish. We also have Scott Peterson, who does the adaptation to graphic novel form. And honestly, I think this might have been a better medium for this particular story because I felt like the story was a little nutty, and I think the visuals will really enhance how creepy everything is, and just the carnival itself would be awesome. So if you haven't actually read the book before, let me explain what the story is about. So they ask, what would you do for $50,000? We have Mac. The money would be life-changing for them. She knows that her time at the women's shelter is already up, and she's really good at hiding, which is kind of required of this game that has been advertised. The challenge is simple. We have 14 competitors. They must spend 7 days hiding in an abandoned amusement park from dawn to dusk, and then they go home at dusk. But anyway, there's only one rule. Don't get caught, otherwise you don't get the money. But people start to disappear one by one, and Mac realizes that this is a dangerous competition and more than she had bargained for, and that banding together with all of the surviving members might actually be the only way to survive this game where only one person is supposed to win. So you can see the art is kind of fun. It's interesting. It gives me more of a visual of how the carnival looks, and carnival amusement park, and I'm excited to see, so I'll probably flip through it since I've already read the novel. This might be better. So this is Hyde, the graphic novel, written by Kiersten White. Our next comic book is Lovecraft Unknown Cadith. This comes out September 19th, and this is by Florento Florens. Guillermo Sana is a artist, and Jacques Salomon is another artist for this. I really love this. There's you'll see it here, but there's like this guy with a bunch of cats surrounding him. Definitely check this out if you are listening over on a podcast app. You can find our show notes listed at darksideofthelibrary.com, or our YouTube channel. We'll have a ton of them, but definitely look at the covers and the inside of this comic book if you can. So, what it says, Shanta, you are off. Send back Earth's gods to their haunts on unknown Kadath, and pray to all space that you may never meet in my 1,000 other forms. For I am, and I am totally going to mess this up, I am so sorry, Lovecraftian fans, for I am Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos. Ooh. So Randolph Carter is a traveler to Dreamland. He tries not to wake up before reaching its goal, the elusive Kadath, the home of the gods, a place of fantasy and overwhelming imagination. Carter walks through a world full of threats and abominable monsters, but also of palaces, exuberant cities, and populations and geographies that remind man of his insignificant role on a gigantic cosmic chessboard. What are the reasons to keep going when everything around us is terrifying and lethal? Kadath may offer some answers to this question. This is an adaptation to H.P. Lovecraft's The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath, and this might be a thing that I would revert to. I love graphic novels, especially when it is, we're exploring some older literature. It seems a little more palatable and fun. There's just so much Lovecraft out there, and it can be a lot. So this is Lovecraft Unknown Kadath, but it's an adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. This is by Florentino Flores and Guillermo Sana Jacques Salomon. Next up, we have Misty, 45 Years of Fear. This is coming out September 26th. This is by a ton of people. Shirley Bellwood, Pat Mills, Malcolm Shaw, John Armstrong. So this is a gothic horror. This is one of the cult British comic classics, Misty, all of them together. What it's about, it's a gothic sci-fi, weird occult comic. It looks fun. In 1978, British comics were changed forever with the release of Misty. It's a classic cult horror comic for girls. This weekly comic featured the best comics talented working on haunting and terrifying tales. So they're little shorts and I dig it. It has 70s glamour to chilling stories that have haunted readers for decades. I actually follow an artist that does a lot of similar work to John Armstrong. I'm really excited to check this out. This seems really fun. It's only 272 pages. This is Misty, 45 Years of Fear, a bunch of little shorts. I love it. So definitely pick this one up. Next is Stephen King's The Dark Tower Beginnings Omnibus. So if you've never read the Dark Tower series, they've been working through this Stephen King Dark Tower series. This is the complete graphic novel, so it is like $90 right now. This is a fantastic gift for Christmas time or a birthday gift. I am definitely right now thinking of those things because it's quickly approaching, and this is just fantastic. So if you love graphic novels and Stephen King's The Dark Tower, this is perfect. So obviously Stephen King is the author, but we have Peter David, who is the contributor, Robin Firth, and Jay Lee is the illustrator. So we have the full story of Roland, our gunslinger, his troubled past, and his coming of age is fully revealed here. I apologize. This is not the Dark Tower series, but this is the beginnings, how this all began, and how Roland became who he is. But I know they've been working on the Dark Tower series for a while. Check this out if you are a Dark Tower fan. So this is Stephen King's The Dark Tower Beginnings Omnibus. Next on our list is Treese. This is a manga. This is the box set 1 through 6, again by Ablaze. So I say manga, it's not Japanese manga, but it's a Filipino comic book, and it's also a Netflix series. I've actually heard that the Netflix series is kind of the comic is substantially better. So this is what the story is about. When the sun sets in the city of Manila, don't you dare make the wrong turn and end up in that dimly lit side of the metro where blood-sucking a swang run the most wanted kidnapping rings, where gigantic capre are the kingpins of crime, and magical encantos slip through the cracks and steal your most precious possessions. When crime takes a turn for the weird, the police call Alexandria Treese. The art is really cool. This looks fantastic, and if you like supernatural sort of stories, this is going to be perfect. This is Treese. This is by Djet Tan and Cajo Baldacimo, and this is the whole box set. Our last comic of today is kind of cute. This is called The Witches of Brooklyn. It's Spell of Time. It's a whole graphic novel, and this is actually for reading ages 8 through 12. So we're ending on a kid note. That's fine. This one's actually book 4 of 4, and it's by Sophie Escabese. So a trip to Coney Island to pick up trash goes sideways when Effie and Garance learn that there is a missing mermaid. Every time Effie thinks she finally has this magic life down, something new pops up, but this time with the help of Garance, some talkative seagulls, and a rather helpful turtle. Effie is going to save the day and find this mermaid. So it's whimsical, it's fun, and witchy. We love that over here. And if you are looking for some great reads for kids, good gift ideas, graphic novels are awesome. People love webtoons, and having all of these things just at home is fun. So this is Witches of Brooklyn, Spell of Time, the graphic novel. Check out Witches of Brooklyn, the whole series. This one's book 4 of 4. And that is my final list of all the graphic novels that are coming out in September of 2023. There obviously are a lot more. I very much skipped over some of the really big comic names, like any DC superhero, any Elvira, Walking Dead, any of that stuff, just because they're either recreations or most of us, like big comic readers, are probably reading some Marvel or DC something. So I wanted to give some smaller artists and smaller companies a chance. So there are a ton more, but these ones were the most notable. If you are waiting for our September list of nonfiction, adult fiction reads, actual books, children's books, we'll be publishing every Wednesday and Friday and maybe even Monday for this month of September, because there's a ton of really amazing reads. And keep in mind, Christmas is coming, so they are going to make some really great gifts for any dark readers in your life. Make sure to spread the word of Dark Side of the Library to your loved ones. It helps us out. And check out our show notes. And make sure to tune in to our Amazon Live channel at amazon.com/live/Dark Side of the Library. We're going to feature more than just books, lots of other stuff. And thank you so much for listening. Have a creeptastic rest of your week.